Hey guys, it's Madison and James with AlchemyPhyt coming at you again, live, pre-recorded, whenever you're going to watch this.
Via satellite.
With a new, in a disclosed location, with a new podcast. And so I hope you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are having a great day, whatever day it is for you that you're watching this. And we actually have something really fun to talk about. Why don't you tell me what it is?
Well, me and Madison are both, what would you say, dog people?
I'm an animal lover, big time.
You know, I'm a dog guy. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about was my dog, Charlotte.
Why don't we show her? You get to see this beautiful little thing.
And so for those of you in the know,
Hi!
Charlotte, for those who know me.
Isn't she sweet?
Yes. So today's her gotcha day. Facebook was kind enough to remind me that I got her 9 years ago. So
she's a seasoned girl.
Yeah, she's a seasoned girl.
And she clearly loves being on tables, if you can't tell.
And
You don't show that for free. This is not an OnlyFans.
Only dogs. So I wanted to bring her up on here because, you know, it's the holidays, and for me at least, I get thinking about a lot of different things. And so on Facebook this morning, if you have Facebook, they always kindly remind you of, on this day and such and such, such and such. And this was the day that I got Charlotte. I got her, the story is that I went to a Tractor Supply randomly one day, and there was this rescue there by the name of Happy to Be Alive, I think. And I saw this very unique looking dog staring at me, and it was Charlotte. And the kindly old lady who was running the operation at Tractor Supply, you know, she was like, "Oh, this is Charlotte." And I asked to see Charlotte. And so I saw Charlotte, I picked her up, pet her and stuff like that. And at that point in time, I was still working in the government and kind of living paycheck to paycheck, if you will. And so I told that lady that, well, I can't get her this week, but how about in 2 weeks? Let's see if I can get her. Sure enough, I think they held her for 2 weeks, but I went back to Tractor Supply in 2 weeks, and there she was. And so I was like, hey.
Rest is history.
Yeah, rest is history. So I just wanted to bring her up and just kind of highlight her, but also the importance, though, of dog adoption. Me and Madison both are very strong advocates of just rescuing dogs. I have three, including Charlotte, Allie, and Tara. Those are my other two.
Yeah. And I got my boy, Mello, and then I have some fellow, basically I would say sister animals, because I have my cousin's dog, that's his sister, and my best friend's dogs that I all love, and my brother's dog. And so I also have a 100% rescue and rehoming rating so far. Every dog that I've ever rescued off the street, I have found a home for. And so it's so important. And I mean, I know that there was always a big thing when it came to Christmas as giving a puppy for Christmas. And we just really want to talk about the importance of rescuing, because most of the time when you rescue a dog, they rescue you right back. Mm-hmm. And it's so important because we do, unfortunately, live in a world where there are euthanization shelters to where if they don't get adopted, they unfortunately get euthanized. And so we just wanted to highlight that rescuing is so much better than paying for a dog. I understand that people have breeders and they do it for very specific reasons, and I understand that, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I will just always rescue a dog than pay 3-4 figures for one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I love my boy. I rescued him as well, and his gotcha day was, I think, like 3 weeks ago. But I got my boy off of Craigslist, and I got him for free. And so I got him and his sister and rescued them in a litter of 12 puppies. So it's just so important to rescue them because they don't know. They don't know that they were born into that big of a litter, and that it's crazy time where people just dump dogs or put them in shelters or don't take care of them like they should, and it's awful. But also, we want to stress the importance of, I'm also a big advocate, no you are too, of fixing your animal. So it's either female, male, spay, neuter, whatever. Please, if you are not breeding them for a specific reason and have a sort of breeding company or foundation, please fix your animals, because it takes away a lot of their babies that can end up in shelters. And so my boy is fixed. All the dogs around me that I know are fixed. Even my cat is fixed. So you never want to run into that issue where you could potentially see your loved animal have a baby of their own that doesn't get adopted. And so we're just stressing the importance of that because it's the holiday season. People are looking for gifts to give others.
Yeah.
And I think if you are someone who's wanting to give a dog, cat, or anything, there's so many great local shelters here in town and really just anywhere. Just go look them up. A lot of times you can go visit and just kind of spend time with them. And some of them will let you take the animal out for the day and go just kind of give them a good day. And I like to do that a lot with just taking a dog that's been in there or a cat that's been there for just so many days and taking them out for a pup cup or to the park or something, because a lot of them don't know that. They don't know that type of love and affection and anything, especially with dogs, but that's unconditional love right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a bond that they look at you as their and all be all. So people can definitely want that sort of connection, especially in our world that we're living in right now. I mean, I can tell you right now, there's a lot of big reasons that my dog is the reason that I'm still here, because it makes you be bigger than yourself. It makes you care for something bigger than yourself. Have that sort of accountability, responsibility to look at something other than yourself. Because, of course, there's days that we probably didn't feel like doing anything, but we knew we had to get up and take care of our dog and do right by them. Yeah. And it's so important. And especially when you see them as a rescue, I feel like there's that deeper bond because they look at you as, oh my gosh, you gave me a chance. Because I'm also a big believer in dogs really do know more than we think they do. And they feel more of it. There's many studies over it. But, yeah, like my dog, he knows what me and him have gone through, and we just have such a beautiful bond for it. And I know that you and Charlotte do as well. I mean, she still to this day like whines anytime she cannot lay eyes on him. So it's just that's what we really wanted to stress. It's just give him a chance. Rescues
give him a chance.
are the way to go.
They are the way to go. I will never forget the days that I got Charlotte, Allie, and Tara. Those memories are ingrained in me. They're imprinted on me. Yeah. And when I brought them home, they knew. Yeah. They knew on the car ride what was going on. And I remember when I got Tara, she was the first rescue I got. She was just running around in circles in the backyard.
Just so happy.
This one was too. And Allie was the same way. She just, knew. Yeah. And I saw this morning on social media, Pat McAfee and his family, they adopted a blue heeler named it Blue.
Oh my gosh, I love those.
And the picture was touching because you could see on the blue heeler's face, he just had like this smile. Yeah. And just knowing that he found his people. And it was it's
so precious.
And it just really reminded me of just this time of the year, but also like not just for humans, but also looking at the love that you can get for animals and stuff too. And once again, just if you are thinking about giving your family adopting a puppy or something, adopt. There are plenty of puppies out there at these animal shelters that are looking for a great home. Yeah, and
they have a lot of events that go on too, to where they can chip them for you for free and do things. That's how I did it with my dog. They chipped my boy for free and his sister at a pet supply store here. Yeah. They do a lot of events, and like we always say, if you're not really knowing where to start, let us know. We just told you we rescue, so we'll gladly hook you up with any sort of resources. Shoot, I will even go with you if you would like. She will. And go see those babies.
If you're in the vicinity of Lubbock, Texas, or Hobbs, New Mexico.
Yes, absolutely. But I have to be careful because when I go into shelters, I want to take them all home and just have them on a farm. But I'll get there one day. You can just bring your animals to me, no worries. But yeah, we just wanted to highlight that because it's a season of reflection. It's a season of giving and loving on one another. And there's nothing to me more rewarding than the unconditional love of an animal. Yeah. When you see that animal that looks at you, trusts you with their life implicitly, and loves you no matter what day you had, no matter what you look like, no matter what, if you accidentally, kind of popped off on them because you had a bad day. I mean, they look at you with no judgment and nothing but love, no matter what situation you're in. And to know that they rely on you for their entire well-being is just, to me, there's something so pure in that. And I will never not have an animal, because that to me is just it's one of the biggest reflections of God's love. and how he does that with us, and he loves us unconditionally no matter what we look like on the inside or the outside. And to me, I know some people's like, oh my gosh, you're comparing God to a dog. Absolutely not. God created dogs, but you can't tell me that the same unconditional love that an animal provides doesn't match how God does it with us. And so there's just something so beautiful in that. And I could go on for days about that, but that's the importance that we wanted to stress to you guys.
We wanted to stress that to you. It was a bit of a random thing, but I just saw it this morning, and I saw the little notification about Charlotte. And there's a funny picture. I'm going to post it on one of my social media platforms of when she met Tara. And if looks could kill. My situation with my dogs, of course,
they're enemies.
They're enemies. It's a tough situation. I've learned to live with it, love it in some instances.
Which is pretty common when you have 3 female dogs in a house, just like you would with multiple males. There's that want for dominance, but a lot of people take that as...
She's my fighter. She is my fighter.
She is, extremely. I've seen it. And so people take that as, oh, I just need to rehome him. Oh, I need to give him away. And that was not any sort of solution that you were looking for. You knew, okay, I just need to have these ones separated, this one and that one, and you worked out a system that works for them and for you, for y'all to all coexist peacefully in your home.
Yeah, we definitely had our moments where it was tough.
Oh, of course.
It was really tough, where I remember I had the discussion with, I think the first big fight. I went back and I had a discussion with, the lady who, was running the adoption place, and she was like, are you sure? And I was like, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I gave it a shot. Has it been tough? Do I have my scars? Do you want to know how I got these scars in my hands? Well, I've had to break up some fights.
Yeah.
But
so was his mom, and she had it pierced through her nail and had to regrow her nail for what, 6 months?
Yeah.
Because it was down almost to the bone. So.
Yeah. But anyways, we just wanted to bring that up, and this is a fitness podcast, wellness podcast, and dogs are wellness too.
They are.
Yeah.
They are, because I know my boy is an emotional service animal, support animal. Oh my gosh. No, people don't come at me for that. No, he's an ESA. He's an emotional support animal, and he's truly the best. Because I bring him with clients a lot of the time, and I brought him yesterday to meet with one of our clients. Her name is Donna. Shout out to Donna. You're awesome, girl. And she brought it up to me yesterday. She said, he really is like an emotional support animal. She said, because I come in here and I'm so, stressed out about what's going on in my day or this or that. She goes, but he really helps. She goes, he really calms me down. He shows me that it's not that big of a deal, and showed just how it's a real thing. And I always knew that about my boy. He is always he's calmed me down from panic attacks and high anxiety and other things like that, and helped me in depression states and all that. And so he's been such a wonderful blessing and a help in that. And so I wanted to make sure that he got the proper credentials for it. So I got him certified, I think when I first got him, his first year in 2019, I got him registered as an emotional support animal, because he calms everybody down. Everybody I've ever lived with is all like, I love that dog. He is just, he gets it, because he does. He has this because he's a very smart mutt.
He is.
He is a triple mix. He is a husky, border collie, Rottweiler. And so he's very smart. He's very emotionally empathetic, and he's very intuitive. So that boy has literally not let me get off the couch, because he's like, Mom, we need to calm down.
Yeah.
And he just sits there. And I've had my roommates that I've had before, my best friend and my cousin, both be like, yeah, he tries to check on me in the shower of kind of hey, are you doing okay? And so, or if they're sitting on the floor doing their makeup or something, he's always there. And so
he's done the same thing. It's
such a blessing. And he loves on all of our clients. He loves on your family. Yeah. And he's just great. And so they can really do a lot if you let them do their job. If you let them be the dog that they're supposed to be. So that's just a big thing, because it's all part of wellness, because there's a lot of things that can stress us out and get us wired and things like that. But taking the time to really slow down and have a physical being there being hey, it's not that deep. let's slow down, and I'm right here with you, and I love you no matter what. Yeah. That's just a bond and a trait that is just, to me, is unmatched. And even like my cat will do that. I know they say cats are cats are insane, but they do. But when they choose that they love you, it's different. Because when my girl, when I pick her up or hold her, she's immediately purring on me. She puts her head under my neck. She's always clawing like my shirt to get closer to me. And she's just always wanting to be physically on me, especially on my chest. And so she's very empathetic too. She does that to like my cousin or my friends or something like that. She's very loving once you give her like her own space and boundaries, which is typical for cats. But yeah, it doesn't matter what animal it is. I feel like you can always find a bond as long as you're willing to stay there through it.
Yeah, for sure. I know in my case with my dogs, like they help me get sober.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely,
I know it's taken a bit of a turn, but this is real life. And we don't shy away from real life. We don't shy away from those things that used to be.
Well, there's all aspects of wellness. Yeah. It's not just fitness and nutrition.
Yeah,
it's you as a whole, as a human being, how you operate and interact daily.
Because I can remember just the mornings after, like I would just have a rough night out, the regretful mornings, if you will.
Yeah.
You check your phone and make sure, okay, where did I go?
Yeah.
And then I look at my dogs, and I would see all three of them, two of them, and think, I cannot, what are they going to do if I screw up?
Yeah.
If I screw up one night, have too much, then don't come home.
Yeah.
Or they're going to be looking for me.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the things that just made me, okay, I can't do that to them. I can't do that, obviously, to my family, my friends, anybody, you, my friends, all that. I couldn't do that. So, and it as you were talking about how Mello makes you feel and how he's helped you, I mean, it's the same thing with mine.
Yeah.
I mean, for 10 years, going on 10 years, because next year, 2026, will be 10 years when I got Tara and Charlotte. So they're both 10. So we've gone through a lot. We've been through 2 homes together, which is, not bad. Yeah.
Well, it's better than mine. Me and Mello have moved every year since 2019.
he's a
but he is, and he's such a trooper because as long as he's got me there in his bed, he's happy.
So you can't see off camera, but we have a dog bed in the office, and
she is passed out.
She gets comfortable. She's 10 years old. So what's the whole senior thing with a dog?
Well, it's what do you mean? They start saying there's a considered senior dog by 7.
Okay, dang.
I know.
All right.
And that's what Mello will be
well, that means
next year because he's 6 right now.
So Allie's 2, or she's 3, because I found her in 2023. So she's still a pup for the most part. Tara and Charlotte, though, I guess, are about to be 10. So Charlotte, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but she's gotten a lot more gray hairs this year and the past few, especially this year. Yeah. But who hasn't? I got some. I say. But, it's... I like, a lot of people, clients that we've talked to, dogs are a big part of just going back to their overall routine, the wellness aspect, because I have found that, like with both of us, the way that we take care of each other, ourselves, is the way that it translates to our dogs. Yeah. We try to get the best food for our dogs. Yeah. We really do the research on all right, is this the best food? Where are the best parks at? Yeah. Where can we do? Because I know one of the things I struggle with is walking my dogs in my neighborhood because of there's too many loose dogs. Yeah. Once again,
which is a chronic problem in our town anyways. Yeah. There is so many strays, and it's not just dogs, it's cats, it's everywhere. I mean, it's gotten so bad. And so I know City of Lubbock Animal Control probably has a lot on their plate.
They're trying.
I help them out as much as I can because, like I said, if I find a stray and they come up and I can get them into my car, I will always rehome them.
We were driving to Hobbs one time. We were leaving. We were driving.
No, we just got there.
We were just getting into Hobbs to go to work.
He's talking about my dedication right now.
And her dedication. She had warned me about this. And she told me, I will probably get out of the truck and rescue a dog at some point. Because we're on a long stretch of road in between here and Hobbs. There's time, there's farmland, and things like that. And we also know that there is a big stray dog population in our town anyways. Yes. And I've been rescuing dogs since,
oh, I can't even tell you.
And
how long.
I saw it firsthand. We did it. We pulled in and we saw this dog on the side of the road, and I pulled off to the side of the road in the truck, and she got out.
I nicely asked him to.
She nicely asked me to, and so I'm watching her do this, and I'm just like, I'm looking at the traffic coming, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, okay, this is really happening. And so I pull over. You got the dog safely away.
I got the dog safely away from the street because he was so scared, and which is very common. Yeah. And I did have like treats for him that I would like throw in front of him to get him to get away from the road because I knew he wasn't going to come to me, and I didn't want him to get so scared that he just took off into the street. So I did get him onto a really like open area of just grass for him to just go, and he was very far away from the road at that point. Yeah, because I ran to the truck and I said, "Do you have any dog treats? I need those right now."
I did.
And so, yeah, because I could not get this sweet baby to come to me because I knew that it was a lot. I mean, there's cars going by and things like that. So I knew this poor baby was scared. But yeah, I mean, it's something that I don't even think about. It's something that I just do. And I've had instances where I've tackled a dog out of the road before, so it wouldn't get hit. I have fully done that. I will say it. Most people say, why would you put your life on the line for an animal or something like that? It's just how I'm wired. I would do that for a person too. It's not just a dog. It's not just a cat or to me, it's really any animal. And it drives like my family nuts sometimes because they're like, no, you can't always like do that, because I'll want to go up to like a skunk or something and be like, oh, hey, buddy. And they're like, no, you don't do that. Stop it. So I always blame like my family for letting me watch Charlotte's Web, because she was like, Dad, you don't get to kill my pig. That is my pig. And she advocates for the animals. And so I was like, well, that's what I'm going to do. So it's just something I've done. But yeah, I've ran across streets. I have ran in through alleys and abandoned houses to rescue dogs before. And it's always worked out. I've always ended up finding the owners or rehoming them to a new owner. And yeah, it's worked out great. I mean, I've never had anything like super dangerous happen. Yeah. I haven't, and I won't, because I'm too good at it. But yeah, but I've always just looked out for them, because if we don't, who's gonna? Just like if we don't with people, if we don't look out for other people, who's going to? So that's a big way of how I live it. But yeah, and it's very hard to get me to stop if I see a dog that's just wandering, or a cat or anything, because I've done litters of kittens and things like that. So sometimes it's best if if we already have a dog in the car or something. Yeah,
that's one. I mean,
we try to divert me, but
we often take either her dog Mello or we'll take Charlotte. Those are the two that we usually take. Occasionally we've taken Allie, which Allie is such a ball of energy that it becomes, and she's really imprinted on me. Like, I think she's worse than Charlotte when it comes to that whole... Like,
she's still a baby.
Yeah.
So,
like,
yeah,
where is he? You know,
she's figuring it out.
She hasn't quite gotten that little independent streak, because this one over here is my most independent dog.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she still wants to follow me and see where I'm at, but, you know, she does her own thing.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about it. That's why I like cats, too, is because, you know, they're there. They're hanging out, but, you know, they're also like, oh, I'm doing my thing.
Yep, extremely. So. But, yeah, that was just something that we wanted to touch on, because this is a season where people are figuring out gifts and what to get for their loved ones and things like that. And I truly think if they are not allergic, financially stable, and mentally equipped to handle a pet, I think that's a beautiful gift idea. I really do. I mean, if my dad wasn't in the process of moving, I think I would surprise him with his favorite dog breed. But I would have to go... I would have to go to some links to get that, but it's actually not that uncommon to really find them out here. But no, I like what you were saying about Pete adopting a blue heeler, because that's the dogs that I grew up with.
Pat.
Was it Pat? I don't watch him enough. I like that. Sounds better to me.
He looks like a Pete.
He does. I think that's why I thought of it, because I was like, you look like a full name Peter. And so I can see it. I think it's the blonde hair.
Well, he's got that blondish gray thing, kind of like
it's either way, it's super bright though, and you can see that from miles away. But dude's a heck of an athlete and super funny. But yeah, him getting a blue heeler, like when you said that, blue heelers have a very special place in my heart, because that's what I grew up with. Best dog, my family dog his name was Doc, and he was a blue heeler. and we had him for 11 years, and it was the first time I'd ever dealt with like a dog death. And so that was pretty traumatic for me because I think I was about 9 when it happened, and it was like my dad's best friend, because those dogs are great. I mean, they're herding dogs, they're working dogs. They will get it done and they will protect you from whatever. I know I was playing out in the front yard one time, and that boy, and he was a shorter, stockier one, because that's how they're built. They're not the tallest, but he was the runt of the litter. And I always end up finding the runts of the litter when I get my dogs, because Mello was the runt, but he was thick. And we had 2 boxers that were coming up to essentially stalk me and my brother and come get us. And they were about on their way. And when I tell you, Doc took after those dogs and pinned them to the ground and chased them 2 blocks down the street to say, get away from my humans. He was best dog ever. I mean, he was amazing. And the only thing, and people, blue heelers, you can attest to this, they nip your ankles to get you to go a certain way. Yeah. So it would crack me up when I'm walking in front of my dad and I saw Doc going for my dad. And he's like, stop doing that. Like, I'm already walking. And they're just great. So I love that breed. I will guarantee you I'll probably end up with that breed again.
I think I'll have.
Because they're fantastic. Blue heelers, red heelers, you can call them cattle dogs, whatever you want.
They're incredibly intelligent.
They are, and they're active, and their coats, if you get either blue or red, I mean, they're beautiful. Yeah. And they're so vocal, which my boy already is because of the husky, but they are truly just such special dogs. And so we could totally sit here all day and talk to you guys about dog breeds and things like that. But the main thing we really want to stress is wellness is not just about fitness and nutrition. Yeah. It's about who you are as a person and being the best version of yourself and the healthiest version.
Yep.
And healthy doesn't just mean in meal prepping and in following a 6 to 8 week workout plan and getting your water in. Those are all in the mix. It's all there. It's in your foundation, but also when that's journaling, that's taking care of your mental health, that is checking on friends when they need it, having a good support group around you, caring for people other than yourself, caring for animals, getting a bond with a dog that helps you, or a cat, or turtle, snake, goldfish, whatever animal you want that is going to give you a different sense of purpose is just a gift that I would give anybody. And Charlotte especially
looking at me a bit ago.
Is a big advocate for all of that, because she's absolutely precious. She's so sweet. And if there's one thing a dog will do besides unconditionally love you is really make you laugh. Yeah. Because they're so quirky with their personalities and they have such different little traits, because no dog is the same.
Did you see what she just did?
You got it on camera. She has never, according to him, she doesn't really lick him much.
She doesn't show affection all that much. With her, affection city. You know, she walks into the house and then she just goes crazy. I walk in, Charlotte goes a little crazy, and then she's okay, you're here.
She's like, okay, you're dad.
And so, like, that right there is something she doesn't do. She doesn't like to give me little kisses. Now, my other dogs, they
of course,
Tara and Allie do. This one, though, she just gave me a little kiss on the nose, so that was...
She did.
Yeah.
And now you have it on video forever.
So,
but
it's her gotcha day. So maybe she knows. She's like, oh, she's just kind of, there you go.
Yep, she's happy. She's a happy girl that has a happy life. And I know that people want to find purpose and want to find something meaningful to do in life, if it's not, your career, your children, or anything like that. But it really helped me, especially starting out as a young adult and being on my own, was having an animal to come home to, having something to take care of that was depending on me. Yeah. Taught me so much. And so that's all what wellness is. Wellness is finding your purpose, finding your why, and using different tools to help you accomplish that why. And so, like we said, I mean, if we don't take care of each other and take care of the animals and creatures that God bless us with on this earth, who's gonna?
Yeah. And that's, another thing too, because you always see those stories on social media about dogs that are surrendered, not because their owners can't take care of them physically, they get sick and stuff like that. I see it all the time. Tara, I think, was a product of that environment. I think her original owners were elderly and they couldn't take care of Tara. So that's where I found Tara at it's called Dusty Puddles, or was. It's no longer in operation, but it's one of the things that we advocate to our clients and our friends and family, anybody that listens to us. It's like, you know, we're all chasing something goal-wise with the way that we look. We want to look good, we want to feel good and stuff like that. But in the same time, you know, you want to be healthy for those that are in your life, whether it's, you know, Charlotte, Mello, our parents, our family. That's the biggest reason. Do it for them. Yeah, you're going to do it for yourself too, but there's a lot of people out there and you know, animals, humans that depend on you. And that's why it's just important to take care of those situations, to stay active, to go on those walks, to go to the doctors and stuff like that.
Because especially with people that want to reach, I feel like, a certain fitness goal, having an animal can really help with that, because most people have done well just walking their dogs. I mean, his sister Nicole, she walks her dog Santiago constantly. And it's been something that she's kept in routine, and it can build on your exercise and just be a foot in the door for getting continuous exercise. And so I make sure that, you know, I do that with my boy, and it helps you because it gets you out of the house.
Yeah.
And it gets you to move and do something instead of just sitting in your house or on a computer, behind a screen, just whatever it is. I mean, it lets you take away those constant distractions that we find ourselves with, the constant dopamine that we are privy to 24/7, and take a moment to just find some peace, find some, you know, seclusion, and just go and walk your dog. It's so easy. It really is. I see people all over the world that walk their dogs on social media that pack up. It's so much snow, but they pack up in those layers, and you can do it. Because I feel like also, just like with fitness and nutrition, I always tell people, you're going to find out a lot about yourself. You're going to find out a lot about your habits, the way your body works. And the same thing, I feel like, is when you are with a pet. You find out what type of effort are you willing to give? What type of availability are you willing to give to this animal, to give them your best, to give them their best shot at their life? Because they don't get to live as long as we do, unfortunately. And this is their first time on this earth too. So why not make it a good one? Because you want to do that for yourself, and you want to do that for others and love on you around you. And when they're fit, you're fit.
Yep.
When they're eating, you're eating.
I like that a lot.
I mean, it's how I am with my boy. We eat at the same time. We go walk and do things at the same time. And we go to sleep at the same time. I mean, he's with me through every aspect of my active and recovery phase. And it's holding me accountable to that. And like you were touching on, of how your dogs helped you get sober, that's essentially like what my boy did for me. I'm getting close to 4 years sober now. And Mello just helped me because I didn't want to be out all night, because all I could think of was he's at home waiting. He's at home waiting. I still got to take him out. I got to go outside at 1 or 2 in the morning and take him out to go to the bathroom. And did I feed him? Did I not? Does he have enough water? And it was just all these things when I was like, you know what? I don't have to be this selfish. And I'm not saying that, you know, if you drink and you consume alcohol, you're so selfish. No. That's just how it was in my personal experience, in my opinion, with the way I was behaving. And so Mello was a big part of that, because I noticed when I got sober, when I got better, Mello got better. Yeah. And I was able to really see him and our bond for what it was, instead of just, oh yeah, because some people have a dog to have a dog. Just like some people have a kid to have a kid. They want to be a dad, not a father. They want to be a mom, not a mother. And so I think that's the same thing with animals. People can like the aesthetic and the idea of having wellness and having a good activity level, a good nutrition habit. People can like the idea of certain things, but doing the actual effort and work it takes to get there is most of the time what turns people off, and is very hard to do.
Yeah,
and so it's making just the conscious decision. And I feel like you, with your dogs, you were like, no, I'm making the conscious decision that I'm not going to do this to them anymore, and I'm going to, from here on out, be better. That was your day one. And that was my day one. Like we say to you guys all the time, it's either one day or day one. Which one do you want it to be for you? So I feel like when you're taking a lot of the aesthetics out of it, you can actually see it for what it is. And you can see yourself for how you react in those situations. You can see, okay, am I really capable of this? Is this just an idea I wanted because everybody else is doing it, because I'm comparing to what I see on social media? Or am I doing it because I don't want to be on medications? I don't want to be, at risk for heart disease. I don't want to do this, this, and this. I want to be healthy for my family. I want to be healthy for a future spouse or a future race or whatever it is. When you make that decision that you just want to better yourself, oh my gosh, you're going to look and be like, why didn't I do this sooner? Because that's what I've done every time. that I've ever wanted to better myself, whether it was fitness, meal prepping, nutrition, behavioral change, with my dog, with my family, how you interact. You just sit there and it becomes addicting. Bettering yourself can be addicting because once you realize what you're capable of and that you can do more than your mind thinks it can, you're going to be unstoppable. And it doesn't really take much. You got to be willing to be kind to yourself, kind to others. And like we've said, or I've said plenty of times because it's hard for me to shut up sometimes, but you're going to find out a lot more about yourself than you think. And you can do a lot more than you think you can. So go out there, go on a walk your dog, walk your cat. They got harnesses for that now. I'm going to put my cat in a harness and I can't wait to film that. But go get your pet, love on them, go to a shelter, take one out for a foster day, foster certain dogs, go rehome them, go rescue them. I don't suggest running across the streets to go rescue them like I do, because that's my own personal issue. But if you feel called to it, go for it. Just be safe. And enjoy this season, enjoy this time, and let you have some time to just sit with yourself and see what you want out of this remaining time that we have in 2025. I don't want to say, oh, what you have in the year. No, there's still time. There's so much time in this year that you can make some positive change in your life and make some plans to change yourself. So go ahead, get started on it now. And if any of you guys do see this and you go out and you adopt an animal, let us know.
Yeah, share with us.
Please tag us in it. Or if you already have and you're like, this is my rescue of how many years, or I found them in an alley this many years ago. I mean, whatever it is, let us know, because I'd love to see that, because we got to be able to rescue one another, especially in this world that we live in. It's very crucial and important. So if that's something you're thinking about for this holiday season, figure out how you can rescue somebody in your life. Not anything super drastic or anything like that, but just being kind to somebody, being kind to an animal, taking time to do something that's going to better you and make you happy with who you are when you look in the mirror. But that's all we got for you guys today.
We went to the dogs today, but it was worth it.
Absolutely, because they are animals, and bonding is just a part of wellness as anything else. So we'll touch on every aspect of it, not just the fitness and the nutrition of it all, but wellness as a whole. But you guys enjoy the rest of your week. We've really gotten to enjoy talking with y'all, and especially meeting Charlotte. I know that she loves being in attention, so she's going to really appreciate it. So definitely show her some love. And have an awesome rest of your day. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Adios.